Hello and welcome to Heaven's Vault, where we're back again. New recording session. You'll be glad to know today is cooler in the UK, so I haven't been dying. And it's also the evening now rather than the middle of the day. Nonetheless, the windows are still open, so I hope there's no coming through. Hope you're doing well. If you're in a hot place, hope you're, keeping cool, like I've been trying to do. Now, someone in the comments did tell me we didn't go back to see Amir on May SC, so that's a thing we could do. Check he's still alive, healthy. Maybe we'll have something he'll ask us to do. Who knows? But for now, we've arrived at the ruined tower, which I believe may also be the ancient library. That's where we turned up last episode, so let's pop in and see what we can discover. Hopefully, lots of lovely things to translate. My favourite episodes where we get lots of things to translate. Oh, the air is thin. Yes, that's right. Okay, well, we're okay so far. Right, let's reply to whatever was just said. No time to waste then. Oh, more feet. You know, if you're a foot person, this game is for you. There's giant feet, little feet. But no feet really on the characters. They kind of disappear when they walk. For whatever reason. I think someone in the comments once explained why that was. Okay, there's a loose-fitting door here. Instead of just going straight through the main gate, I did want to have a look around in case there's any, like... You know the drill. Engravings, carvings, writings. Whoa, lots of cool stuff in there. We will get to that. Is this markings? Okay, this is as far as we can walk. I will... Oh, is my oxygen slowly going down? Possibly. Are we going to have to go back to the ship? And this is going to be annoying, isn't it? I'm still going to try and explore in the way I want to explore, which is at my own pace, checking all the corners and all that. But I will try and keep my eye on everything. I guess 6 will... Mistress? The sooner we're away from here, the better. Okay, this seems to be as far as I can... Oh, she's in her struggle mode. We can leave immediately, Mistress, if you would only give the word. Oh, God. Here's our way in. Alright. Oh my God. It's a bloody nightmare the way she's walking. Okay. Nice little intro. Look at this place. Yeah, there's cool markings.
The air should have reeked of ash and smoke. But no. Nothing. These walls were dry bones.
The library is burned. Okay. But by whom? Okay, is this the loose-fitting door we saw from the other side? Hot enough to blister the plaster. I don't know what she said, sorry. Perhaps even to use up the moon's air. Right. Can't do anything about the door from this side. I'm just going around the outside. Oh, the little life bar's gone. Shelves. Let's look at the shelves. If there were scrolls on these shelves, the fire has reduced them to ashes. And the winds swept the ashes away. Question. Are there any other settlements here? Do I want to go down yet? Or do I want to stick in this room? On this moon? Not that I can see. Perhaps people did not come here often. Okay, what? I'm just doing the perimeter first. Just... Oh God, the angle's changed. Okay, we're back to the air stuff. Remark. I think this place is ancient. Older than anything we've seen before. I agree, Mistress, but the materials, the construction, they're old, yes. But I would not say they were primitive. Okay, I'm sort of walking in circles here. The frames are much the same as those on Elbereth. Question? What happened to the people who built this place? Where did they go? I suppose they travelled, mistress. They spread. This site is older than Iox. Older than Elbereth. These people were settlers. Let's look at the mosaic while we've got... I think this is an important thing to do. Oh, it must have fallen from the floor above. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can just see that. I believe it was the floor above, mistress. Oh, it's beautiful. Some kind of gemstone inlaid. What is it? We'll get to the inscription. I didn't not notice it. A geometric pattern? Some kind of insignia. It's not an eagle and sun, that's for certain. Alright, inscription time. And there's an inscription too. Running around the edge of the circle here. Oh, it's quite long, it's quite long. Now, I know some of these words. I can guess the others. We'll see about that. Okay, good thing is, this isn't going to affect our breathing. We can take as long as we like to think about this. So let's take a breather ourselves. Okay, so this is give. This whole bit is give. It's the noun form of give. So I'm going to go with gift. Gift of water was, because this is with the past tense. Okay, so we've got give, but with the past tense, given. Gift of water was given. We can guess the rest. You were right, Elia. Yeah, I am a liar. I think I called us Miari last episode, and as I said it, I thought, that doesn't seem correct. Miari is the person who sent us here. We're a liar. Anyway, gift of water was given for many, because this is our intensifier. Right. Home, but circle. And we weren't really sure what the circle was, but my very simplistic brain assumed it was something. It seemed to be related to things that were circular. So I'm going to say moons, because that would make the sentence say, gift of water was given for many moons. And if you remember last episode, I think, when we did our war crimes, we believed there was that wet moon we went to. What do you call it? The cistern, where it was a moon that was just producing loads and loads of water, and we were essentially teleporting it out around the nebula to other moons, or at least to Iox. I think originally to lots of moons, but now only to Iox, if I remember rightly. And maybe that's speaking of this. So, and you know, last episode before we went to the watery moon, I did say the natural order of things was we would go to the library first before we went to the unknown area, but we decided to subvert things. So maybe this message would be more mysterious, but we've seen things this time. Anyway, I think this is correct. Does gift of water was given for many moons work? The gift of water. Yeah, we know what that means. What could that mean? Yeah, we know, because we've seen, we've been around. Let's look in the sand. Oh, there's lots of things to look at. There's lots of dots. There's something poking out here. Yeah, go on. Oh, just stone. And what's over here? Blackened. The fire must have been immense. Flames filling this space. It's amazing. It's amazing anything survived. Okay, is that all? I would have loved to have restocked our health meter at some point, but because that seemed to happen. Stairs leading up. Let's go. You have to stay here, 6. Lucky they were so sturdily built. Well, stone doesn't burn.
Right on the brink
Book.
Was an enormous book on a curved metal stand.
I'm going to remark about this book. This place must have been ornate once. Gilded, decorated, 50% oxygen. But whoever burned this place, well, they made sure to loot it first. Be careful up there, mistress. The floor is not sound. Okay, before we get there, let's work our way to it, dot by dot. Beautifully set by the window. Okay. With a view across the dust. Yep. It seems to have escaped the fire. It really has. It looks fine. Oh, you can still see the doodles scratched into the lacquer by whoever worked here. Let's look at the doodles. Ancient, of course. So less doodles and more like graffiti. Now this one is several words. Okay. No idea. What do you mean no idea? We're not even going to get to look at it. Yeah, let's have a go at it. I see. I see why we can't go at it. Because it's not going to be anything. Like I could put this here, but that's not what that's going to be. It's going to be including this bit. I think the word is going to be... The first word is going to be up to here, I think. And then the second word is going to be up to maybe here. So we don't have enough full words to plug in here to make anything work. That's why we're not allowed to play with it. That's fine. Right, thing in the middle. Can we play with that? There are trickles of dust coming through the floor, mistress, every time you step. All right. Let's look at these inlaid circles then. More inlaid circles. Now this one's inscribed around the edge as well. This is one end of a fractured fragment of text. Just a quick... Hoping my oxygen isn't going down while I'm doing this. I seem to say that very confidently before, but now I'm less sure. That bit of text we didn't get to play with. Do we get to come back to it? It was making me... Let me just pause, just in case. There have been several times in this game where we've got a bit of text like that. It's never been quite so abrupt, but it's been more of a... It's been a fragment of text, and we just haven't had the vocabulary to solve it. And then she goes, you know, I just can't work it out right now. And it goes back into our list of engravings. And I'm trying to figure out if we've ever had the opportunity to go back into them and resolve them. I mean, we have been able to do that in terms of at any point we can go back to our list, I think, of unsolved inscriptions and open them up and play with them. But I don't think the game has ever prompted us to do that. So maybe that's what we need to do at some point. We need to go back in and just play around with some of the things we haven't yet solved and see if we now have the ability to do them. It might be a bit laborious because I think most things that are unsolved are... So there's two things in terms of unsolved. Completely solved means every one of these words is ticked, doesn't have a question mark. So we know everything in the inscription for definite. That's like completely solved. And then there's like partially solved where we've given everything a possible translation. So we've kind of filled it's a bit different because there's two types of things to translate. This kind of thing we're translating is like a base thing we're translating. We're not... Right, let me try and explain this. You've seen me play the game. You know how this works. Or maybe you played the game before. So you can have an initial bit of translation where you get this bunch of text and the first thing you have to do is to slot bits into it to kind of fill it out. And then there's a second level of translating. And we don't always do this first bit of translating. But the second bit of translating is, okay, we've blocked it out into words. And now we need to kind of guess what each word means. And if we fail at this first bit of translating, if we don't have the vocabulary to slot in and fill out a decent amount of the engravings, she'll just say, I don't know how to do it. And that first pass will have failed. And when we failed that first pass, it goes into our list of unsolved inscriptions with the things that kind of have got tentative translations with them. So there's this, in fact, I don't think I can do it right now, but anyway, so if I do want to go in and check up on things that have yet to be solved, I have to go through both the tentative translations and the unsolved translations, I think. I don't know if that made a load of sense. I will go through it in the game's menu at some point. Anyway. And. Not. Right, I think that's going to be path. I'll double check there's not like a longer version of that. Okay. Path. 4. No, it's not going to be skies because I think it's going to have this. Is this going to be and not a path? I don't know. I don't think we've got enough stuff going on here that can help us. So this is gonna. So this isn't. I don't think this is going to be ascend. I think it's going to be like super ascend because it's going to be up and then up again. I think this is going to be was. I feel like I recognise this vaguely, but I don't think we have the thing. I don't think we can do this. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put that in, but she's going to be like, not sure that's right. Oh, okay, no, she's happy. Okay, good. I didn't feel right. Okay, so I'm certain my translation for was is right, which is good because we felt confident about our that little thing that looks like a big long 6 means past tense. Now this is negative, I think. But interestingly, what does it mean when there's just 2 X's? And wow. Ooh, this is changed. I don't know, that's kind of blown me apart a bit. And something path for, let's do this one first then. So this is of the sky. So heavens, it's going to be Heaven's Gate, isn't it? No, Heaven's Vault. Raise up, raise above, like it's even more raising. Hoppers. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So hoppers is the noun. I mean, hoppers is question mark. Is the noun version of this. I'm going to say Heaven's Vault just because, you know, the game. And I kind of... Yeah, I'm going to do it tentatively. I'm leaning more towards the game's title and the fact that we know of a Heaven's Vault. Right, why does this look familiar? Yeah, Okay, these 3 words are confirmed, and they've... this one hasn't, but this one's got the wibbly bits in, which the comma with a horn, let's call it. It's amazing that the word find is so elaborately constructed. It's like a simple word, but it's a verb combined like with, what is an adjective? Of this, not of, and then sparkle. It's like, wow. Okay, let's look up via. It's got to be something about traveling, going. It could be lost. It's it could be lost. It's sort of similar to find. And Heaven's Vault was lost makes more sense. So if I put lost in here and blah blah path for Heaven's Vault was lost. I'm going to put so, not because I think it makes sense for like not to mean so, but I think it's not there because that would be the pronoun form that we know, and that's not this. Friendship, joy. I think it's going to be more. So it's a conjunction, so it's more what I think of as an abstract word than, pronoun, noun. It's a word that I think is going to be a little bit more bitty, made of bitty things. So I'm going to go with so. And so path for Heaven's Vault was lost. Makes sense as a sentence. I'm not confident about the lost bit. Oh my god, it is using up my oxygen. Oh my god. You hear that, Six? I'm glad I paused while I talked about my thing. There's a path to Heaven's Vault. What's this on the... What else we got? Oh, readings. We haven't looked at the book yet. Ah! We're going to have to come back. You are quite high up, mistress. I'm going to go back to 6 and it'll take us back to the ship. I can't seem to move. God, this game is bad. Is she moving? I can't...
My lungs were burning.
Mistress, your blood oxygen is alarmingly low. Alright, get us off this rock. I'm going to have to come back and look at all this shit again. I don't know. It's really annoying. And look, there's more on the right-hand side of this layer. There's more circles. And so we left the surface of the burned tower that might have been a library. What's to stop us coming back? Like, what's to stop me turning the ship right around and coming back again? Is it going to be not orange? It has to be orange, doesn't it? Sugar. What's the... Sometimes you got to... she might be talking. I don't know. My head. I'll talk in a minute. Take your time, mistress. You are safe. Okay, you can take me back now. Right, quick pause. So there are several things this game in which you can think and analyze and ponder. One of them is one of them, like the most basic thing, is the translation, right? You can think about that. You can think about how the words work and so on. And the other thing is the plot, how that's all connecting together, and so on. These are all things that are kind of in-game diegetic things that we can think about, that exist within the game universe. And the puzzles and the whatever, the characters and how that's connected. But of course, if you take a step back out of it, I'm also thinking several times about why certain things exist as a game, as it is designed. And we've had this. I've been on this journey a lot. I've been having a little chat as we played the game about certain things that I think are just slightly twigging me the wrong way in terms of it being a game. And some of it's like a bit of the janky controls, and I think the rivers are a bit annoying sometimes, and the way she walks about can be a bit annoying. It's fine. I think it's fair to talk about these things. I'm not having a good time, but anyway. So when I was on that moon with the burned down library, I find myself wondering, what is the purpose of us being time limited by the oxygen levels? Why are we being forced to stagger instead of walk normally? Why can we only be there for a certain amount of time? What is that achieving as a game? Oh, I don't know if you can hear those sirens. And maybe it'll become clear. Maybe it won't become clear. Maybe there's, you know, whenever something happens in a game or in life that you don't understand, I always know, or I'm fairly sure for the most part, that things are the way they are because someone has made a decision for them to be that way. I mean, you know, non-natural things. So my go-to example, I know I'm not playing the game right now, I'm so sorry, I'll get back into it, but like my obvious example is like there's a bunch of roadworks by the side of the road and they've been there for 6 weeks and everyone goes, oh, how can they still be working on that? Why have they done that way? Why is there no one there every time I drive past? And there's normally a reason for that. There's normally a reason why things take so long, why things have been designed a certain way, what, you know, and it might be a bad reason, but there's normally a reason. So I'm just curious about the reason behind that. Anyway, I want to go back. I kind of want to wait for my oxygen level to go up a little bit. Hopefully these options at the bottom won't fade away. Maybe 6 won't let me go back. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm curious as to why it's forcing us to kind of be there for however long it takes. Maybe it was 20 minutes. I don't know. You could take me back now. That would be unwise. I think I can force the issue. How long was I out? About 20 minutes, mistress. Yeah, we can go back. Question. I really want to go back. Unwise why? We cannot go back, mistress. Are you shitting me? The last of the air is gone. Oh, there are no plants to replenish it. Its story ends now. Oh, okay. So there was a massive book there and we didn't read it because we were faffing about. So to answer my question, why was there a limited time there? I mean, as far as I understand from what the game's told me so far, that might be it. Like, it's like you've got, let's say 15 minutes. I'm not sure because I waffled through some of it. I paused the game when I chatted about things. You've got 15 minutes to pick the most important things to do while you're here. And there are some, and I think my natural assumption is we'd be able to come back. I don't know what most people's natural assumptions will be. Some people play games like me, and they like to do a little bit of a poke around, make sure they've got everything, and they'll see like a big shiny thing in the middle of a room, and they'll be like, okay, we'll get to that, but I don't want to. I assume the big shiny thing is going to open up a whole thing for us to do, and we'll get really distracted by it. And in this case, it's normally like a bunch of translations, a bunch of plot points. Me and Six will be getting into it, and then there'll be decisions to make and places to go. So I'm like, okay, that's obviously going to be the main focus of this room, and it's going to take us places. But I want to make sure we see everything first. So I'm going to walk around the room. Maybe there'll be translations. Maybe there'll be trinkets that will give us clues. You know, I'll go to the minor areas first. And there are some people who'll go straight for the thing in the middle of them because that's the most important thing, and they think they can mop up afterwards. Both are, you know, legitimate, I think. However, in this case, my way of playing might have cost me. I don't know. It might have sent me in a different direction. I'm aware from the way some people talk in the comments that choices you make in playing this game, you might see some things, you might not see other things. Question. So what happens to the library now? Very little will happen to it, I think. And by which I mean, like, there's someone in the comments, I can't remember what their username is, but they've played the game. They often say some things. They don't spoil things, but they have interesting things to say. But they were saying how they're watching me play, and it's interesting because they're seeing things they didn't see because I made some different decisions, and they watched me miss some things that they saw. And that's an interesting thing. Anyway, here's where we are. Feeling a little bit gutted about it. God knows what's in that massive book. I guess we could only read so many circles. I think if I knew... Oh, God, and I had the key and I didn't get to use the key. Oh, my God. I mean, God knows if the key would have worked because the whole place was burned down, but I noticed because Renaki appeared as an option. We can go back to the ancient aqua. Wow. Well, let's go to Mercy and talk to Amir if we hadn't talked to him yet. Because let's do something. I've got my fingers crossed. I've got my fingers crossed that there may be a chance to check in on that place again. But if we haven't, we've made our choices. We've got a bit of translation done, but we may well have missed out on some big stuff. Wow. I mean, I'm going to pause because I can't do my talking and have the dialogue with Six at the same time. Just to finish off my thought, it's quite rare, I think. Maybe in RPG style games, less rare. But I do often appreciate when games give you one-way paths. I don't mean one-way paths. I mean games that give you opportunity to make decisions where you can only take one path and you cannot go back and see what the other path did. That's it. You're locked in. Games I've played, I think have rarely given me that decision. Or it's happened in very small ways. Like I think one that's always, I'll try not to spoil it, I guess. That I remember because it's so rare for this type of game to have a one-way choice. There is a bit in Zelda Skyward Sword where you have a letter and there are two things you can do with that letter. It's not a major thing. It's a sort of like sub-quest, among minor characters. But you have a letter and you can do one of two things with the letter. And if you choose one thing, that's it. You've done it. You cannot go back. You cannot get the letter back. You cannot see what you do unless you, I guess, save spam or whatever. But, and I don't know. I can't help but respect it, even if you end up feeling like you missed something. I wonder if there are any ancient settlers still out here. Most likely not, mistress. Great. It has been a long time. It's interesting that the dialogue on the rivers is a lot slower than the dialogue elsewhere. And we have not seen their boats. I think it's because the rivers travelling is so long that it sort of, I think, aims to pad it out a little bit by making the dialogue a little bit more extended. And again, interesting choices. Okay. I fast travelled to Mercy because we've done all those roads. It's fine. Rembar was here, but it seems his ship was destroyed after he left. That is true, I remember that.
We made our way back through the fields to the well. I kept expecting Amir to jump out at me, waving his stick about and yelling. But there was no sign of him at all.
Oh. Amir should be on one of these roofs, throwing stones at the pigs. All right, he's not a dick. I'm sure Mercy would have fattened him up, mistress. He may not be so good at climbing now. We're going to find him. Oh no, our guy's here. Ioxian, what brings you back to us? Call me a liar, please. Good lady. I'm very glad you've returned. What's happened to Amir? Where is he? Perhaps it would be better if I showed you. Better not be going to a grave. Follow me, Ioxian. Things began well enough. Amir settled in quickly. He seemed happy. He worked in the fields, stacking and threshing the rice. It's good work for children. They're creative. So what went wrong? Is that him over there? It's difficult to explain. See for yourself. Oh, there he is. Amir, yo. He may not hear you. He does not hear us. Oh, shit. Question? What's he doing? He's talking to the pig. To the pig? He's made friends with a pig. He talks to it. And Amir believes Ioxian, a liar. He believes the pigs can tell him the pig can tell him the future. Question. The future. Yeah. Question. What do you suppose I can do? Talk to him. All right. Make him come back. Hey, buddy. Well, she just walked over. I can't remember what voice I gave him. Lady!
Amir was sitting in the pig yard with the pigs, looking dirtier than ever.
Let's not leap in with the pig stuff. It's good to see you. I knew you'd come. Do you remember that time I beat you in a sword fight? That was amazing. I'm going with it. I tell them about it all the time. I think I'm going for Italian. I don't know why. Well, how'd you like it here, Amir? It is nice enough. But the people here, and they think I've gone crazy. Yeah, they say you talk to pigs? No. The pigs, they talk to me. But I don't really understand what they are saying. Okay, now they say the pigs tell you the future? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the future or not. The pigs do tell me things, but they're probably not right. They are only pigs. So are the villagers. Do they want me to leave? They are worried about you. Yeah, they're worried about you. Maybe I should do more work in the fields. I did that for a while, but they didn't need me. They're always worrying about the fields, but they grow too much rice already. There aren't other children here. Did you notice? No, I've never seen any. There are no children on Mercy. I haven't noticed that before, but yeah, it's true. There aren't any. I've looked. Well, I'll ask the villagers about it if you like. Yeah, is there a mystery here? Is there a dark mystery? If you like. I don't mind. But that's why I play with the pigs. Oh, you like the pigs then? Trying to keep it friendly. Here's a kid after all. The pigs are great. They don't mind if you whack them with a stick. Amir, for Jesus Christ. Well, if you're happy here, then I'll leave you be. I don't think he wants to go back to Elbereth. Happy enough. Okay. I'm going to approach the pig then. Oh, it is a nice pig. It's a clever pig. Okay, well, see ya. Good faith to you, Amir. Wait. They have a message for you. Let's humor this for me. I told you. They knew you were coming. Here, I'll draw it.
The boy scratched some marks into the dirt with the point of his stick.
Oh, let's look at the marks. But these are ancient symbols. I mean, roughly drawn, but... Where did you see these? I'm not going to accuse him of anything. I'm just going to ask, just non-contextually. These come from the pigs. Oh, well, God, I can't translate that. Oh, there's a few words in this one. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, we've got Hopper, Volt. No, we haven't got Volts. We've got Hopper. And I think that's it. Hopper Go. We've got Hopper Go. I can add my translation for Hopper to the dictionary now. Okay, something Hopper Go. Do with a little So this is the marker for action and this is the marker for thing. So kind of on its own, this is sort of do, sure. I mean, it's a question mark, but it kind of is. So action noun is probably use, like you're doing something with a thing. So it's probably use. Use Hopper to go. Use Hopper go. Where did you learn this? I told you. From the pigs. And they say it this way. Ifarali. Ifarali. That's it. The pigs whisper it to each other at night. What is happening here? They are shy. They say one other thing, lady. Here.
He mussed out the last line and scratched out more.
Well, this one's a phrase run together. What is happening here? There's no kids. There's psychic pigs. The pigs know about hoppers. I don't... Is Amir getting this from the pigs, or is he using the fiction of the pigs to explain things that he knows, or try and tell us things without getting told off? So it's kind of like of heaven, heavenly. I'll just check we haven't got a longer version of that includes the dot. Yes, we do. Okay, let's get rid of all of that. Heavens. Vault. Yep. Heaven's Vault. Is that found? Yep. Heaven's Vault. These are all question marks. I think this is all one word. So let's just fill in what we can, but I don't... Ooh. Actually, maybe this is a... Heaven's Vault, this thing, which I don't think we have any idea at all what this is. This has appeared a few times, but I'm not entirely sure what it's suggesting. But it's Heaven's Vault, something should be found. That makes more sense. Right. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another possibility. Right, what's wrong? It's not should. Damn, I liked that. Oh, we're going to have to do this all over again. Jesus Christ. I like found. And I like Heaven's Vault. Heaven's Vault. Heaven's Vault. Yes. A little bit of a cheat, but Heaven's Vault. I knew we were going to figure out what that thing in the middle of the thing meant. Right, let's just do does be and be done with it. It's clearly wrong. I've done something wrong. Well, what have you done wrong? Okay, so maybe squarey do and should are all one word, and everything else is. So we're gonna be Heaven's Vault something be found, and that middle thing is all one word. Let's try that. One word we have yet to understand. Now this one has a lot of symbols, but I'm sure it reads as Heavens. I'm also sure of Vault. So it should. That was true, was it? Okay. I'm thinking must. Should. In my head, this kind of makes sense. If we say should, but adding a flavor of true to it, that feels like it's sort of making must. Like it should feels like. So here's how I kind of imagine things in my mind. We can go on an elevated scale of like could to should. Like could, it's a possibility. Should, it's more likely, or an obligation. Maybe could, should, and then must is like definitely should. It's an imperative. It you know. Does this make sense to you? Like there's like a scale of something becoming kind of more true, more fundamental, more axiomatic, I guess. So true should is must. In my head, it makes sense. Also, in terms of the possibilities here, like I think must is the only one that really makes sense. Anyway, Heaven's Vault must be found. I've seen that name before. It's on the title page. NK said it to me. I can't remember who NK is. That same phrase again. It must be what Rembar meant. Who was NK? Was he the guy that sells robots? Was he the guy that sends robots? Robots without heads? Whatever they're called. I think he calls them something different. Like, I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, I hope when I talk through how I imagine words to make sense to me, that you get a good enough feeling of how I'm thinking. It's a really hard thing to talk through because words are quite abstract. And the construction of words and language is also quite abstract. And being able to talk through how you think words mean and how you think different words are slight variations of each other by adding the different flavors to them, by adding the flavor of true to should, makes must, and why that makes sense to me. I don't know. I hope that makes sense to you because we're having to do a lot of it and we are like 30 episodes in or whatever the hell we so all right, question for Amir. Does Heaven's Vault mean anything to you? Nothing, lady. All right. Well, bye, my Italian friend. Good faith to you, Amir. Thank you for coming, lady. I was starting to think. Wait. Where are you going? I have to catch it before it eats the harvest. Good faith to you. Oh, was he talking about the pig? He's talking about the pig. I thought he was talking to us. Where are we going? I want to talk to that villager first. I don't know who she's talking about, but I'm going to tell him he's fine. I'm going to say, look, don't worry about Amir. I've just realised she's walking by herself. There we go. He's going to come to us. How did you find him to be? He's just lonely. Perhaps you should take him somewhere else. He said there's no other children here. Well, that is true. Well, where are they all? Yeah, I want to know. The children we have, the children we've had all fully grown or growing old. That sentence just... Is it different on Iox? I've never seen any children on Iox. I never stopped to think about it. What is going on? Our ancestors made boats and sailed the stars. It was priests from Iox who took those boats away and burned them. Now we've had all the children this moon has to offer us. We have nothing left to do but grow more rice than we can eat. You can grow less rice. Trade some rice for a boat. I'm giving unsolicited advice. It's awful of me. I'm sorry. There are lots of moons. Some of them must be hungry. Take to the stars. And lose our souls. The loop your Eoxians worship keeps us all in our places, does it not? Do you believe in the loop? Do I believe in the loop? Do I care about the loop? It does not matter what we believe. The loop is the loop. All that was good will be good again. So nothing needs to be fixed. If we drowned, Iox would tell us to enjoy the drink. Okay. Why are there no children? I'm going to say he's a child. I don't know for sure he doesn't want to leave. He's a child. Don't you know anything about children? Their decisions are reflections of what they see. Wow, we're getting really into this, aren't we? We want him to be happy here. We have much to learn, I think. Ioxian, we will try. We've acquired nothing of note here, mistress. Perhaps we should return to the ship now. Yeah, go on then. This way, mistress. Yeah. So we left the surface of Mercy, the farming moon. Have we seen any children? Anywhere? I don't know. I feel like we must have. Are we in a Children of Men situation? Okay, I don't think we need to go to the ancient aquifer. Because, well, what else is there? But I feel like at some... You know, I've speculated before. I feel like we might want to do that. We might need to do that at some point. It might prompt us to... Whoa, where has this appeared? Where did we learn that? Did we learn that just from gaining relics? Okay, well, let's go to Renaki. I think let's talk to that. Let's talk to the woman there. Amadou. Amadou was the guy who sold the robots. And say, look, I'm sorry, but there's no air on the moon with the library, so we fucked it. Which I feel bad about because I think we were trying to make friends with her. I'm going to try and fast travel there. I don't think there's anything to be learned on the way. In terms of ruins we might find. I think we've been on all the roads to Renaki and it's a very long way. So let's just fast travel. The luster of travelling on the rivers has gone now. I just want to be where I want to be. I want to get to the places. I'm not sure what Renaki's going to have to offer us, but I'm also a bit unsure about what to do with ourselves now, to be honest. We're catching up with some people. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at... I think she's just going to be a general person. So she's not going to offer us much, but I'll chat to her anyway. I think she's just generic. Forgive me, but do you live on Renaki? I do. Someone tried to sell me a gecko, but I don't know why. Why? To keep the flowers away from your fruit. Why else would you buy a gecko? Now, good faith to you. We've seen enough this moon. We haven't seen enough this moon. I want to go find, you know, what's her face with the books. Book face. You know. Ooh, what's in here? Okay, I'll go in there. Where's book face? I think she's round to the left. There she is. If you... She does like to wander off on her own, does old Elia. Hello. Good faith to you. And to you. What brings you back here? I found the door your key opened. Did I? I found the door your key opened. You didn't. You can't have. We tracked down its radiation signature? I'm pressing stuff, but I don't remember what the hell she's talking about. Everything in the nebula has one. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. And was it a library? Yeah, there'd been a fire. Not much left. But it had been once. People used to read, I'm sure of it. All sorts of people too, not just kings and princesses. Well, it was a beautiful ruin. Well, thank you for your help in finding it. That's all right. It's hard to imagine other places out there. I'd like to see one one day. Maybe. You know a man on Iox you should meet. Yeah, she'd love Huang. They could work together researching stuff. Since you love books so much. You trying to marry me off? Who even are you? Well, who said anything about marriage? Huang's my friend. He works in a library. He loves books. He has hundreds. Sailing the rivers hurts the soul. You won't tempt me, so please don't try. Well, you love libraries, Mina. You should come to Iox. I was born on Renaki. There's no way to change that. Maybe when I return, I'll be born on Iox. But that will only happen if I keep my soul pure in this life. Well, I'll leave you to your reading then. I think she'd love Iox, but, you know. Good faith to you. I'm glad you found my library. Wow. Might as well go and see what's his face while we're here, I guess. Don't want to talk to you. So this is a bit of a dead end in terms of plot threads. I wonder if we'd read the book, things would have been a bit different. But no, we didn't. Come on, 6. Let's go see your owner. Ah, my wandering friend returns. The tricksters. I trust you're well. Servos, that's it. I found some servos, Amadou. Is that so? I forgot his voice makes me die. If I tell you, what do I get in return? That depends on what you need. And if I have it to give. You know, you won't be able to get them. And why is that? I will not be able to meet your price. My price, Amadou, is the oldest artifact you have. Ha! I accept. Alright. The servos are hidden deep within the Withering Ways, on a dust-scoured moon, under an ancient palace. Why, my good lady, you quite tickle my hairy old ears. Yeah, go on, good luck with the Withering Palace. 6. Give Amadou's servo the location. Mistress. Here then, my oldest possession. A shredded nebula chart. No writing around the edge of a cloud. I think this comes from the same place as the cracked necklace and the compass we found before. And this should make the site of the Evans Vault easier to find. Thank you. A very great pleasure. The very greatest. Shall I tell him about his daughter? Oh, I met your daughter, by the way. Is this a threat, fine lady? Well, of course it's not a threat. Oh, very good. You should know I do not take kindly to threats. Well, she seems nice. She has her head in a cloud bank somewhere. She reads. It's a filthy habit. She got it from her aunt. From your sister? From her aunt. And, how is your daughter? I'm going to see if I could get her to go to Iox. Smart as a nail. But with her head in the clouds, sad to say. The younger generation never understood work. Alright, yeah, I'll be off. Always a pleasure to do business. Right then. Do you think we need a gecko? We've never encountered an issue with flies on our fruit. Wait. Who's talking? Who's this? Please wait. Oh, okay, Mina. Mina. Take me with you. To Iox. To the library. Let's not make fun of her. Are you sure? Oh, what good can I do? My soul's stuck here. Oh, you'll like it on Iox. I'm sure of that. Then let's go. Now. Before I change my mind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are these our options? I can go back to Iox. Why can't I go back to Iox? Well, I can't go back to Iox. We just told her... I know something. And I don't want the people on Iox to find out. I'm sorry. We just spent a whole conversation trying to tell her to come with us. But I thought... Never mind. Jesus Christ. Yeah, do it. What was that all about? I was already taken to Iox. We were like, we spoke to her. We were like, you'll love it on Iox. Just, you know, what good's your soul doing here? Come to Iox. You love books. There's Huang. He loves books. You can always book people. And then went to her dad and was like, how's she doing? She seems to like books. And then she was like, I love books. Take me to Iox. And then we're like, actually, can't. What a dick we have been. Unbelievable. Not my choice. If there is a small RPG element to that, that was out of my hands. I feel really bad that we just led her up the garden path. And we're going to have to call it there, of course. That's the end of the episode. At our most dickish. I was really prepared for us to be like, and next time we're going to take her to Iox, but no. Next episode, I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but we'll find out really shortly. Thank you for joining me. Come back next time. We'll figure out what we're going to do next. I think we might go through our inscriptions and just double check we understand everything. As I just when we were suffocating to death at the beginning of this episode, and I said, I think we might need to look at our inscriptions. Maybe that's how we'll start next episode, with some good old-fashioned translating, maybe. See you then. Bye-bye.